Each loss in this story carries a weight that words cannot fully express. Prepare yourself, because what you are about to witness is not only heartbreaking, but unforgettable. As we turn this page, we are reminded that behind the spotlights, red carpets, and iconic performances were real people, driven by passion, shaped by struggle, and empowered by purpose. These outstanding Black actors delivered more than just entertainment. They broke barriers, inspired generations, and redefined storytelling. Though their lives were tragically cut short until 2026, their voices, their artistry, and their influence will resonate forever, living on in every scene, every word, and every soul they touched. Now, let us step into their story and remember the extraordinary talents we have lost. John Amos, a name forever etched into television history, yet shadowed by struggles few ever truly saw. To millions, he was the unshakable James Evans Sr. in Good Times, a proud, disciplined father who redefined how Black families were portrayed on screen and brought authenticity into American living rooms. His performance didn't just entertain, it shifted a narrative. And when he stepped into the powerful legacy of Roots, he helped awaken a nation to the brutal truths of slavery, turning history into something deeply human and impossible to ignore. From there, his presence only grew stronger, delivering memorable roles in films like Coming to America and Die Hard 2, proving his range and solidifying his place in Hollywood. But behind the spotlight, a different story was unfolding. Amos' journey was anything but easy. In 1976, at the height of his success, he was abruptly written off Good Times after clashing with producers over the direction of his character. Amos fought to portray James Evans Sr. as a strong, principled father, a reflection of dignity and discipline, while producers pushed for a softer, more comedic tone. That creative conflict cost him dearly, leaving a wound that would echo throughout his career. Beyond the industry battles, life tested him in quieter, more personal ways. Health struggles and family challenges weighed heavily on him, especially as the years went on. The pressures he carried, often in silence, began to take their toll. On August 21, 2024, John Amos passed away at the age of 84 due to congestive heart failure, closing the chapter on a life that was as complex as it was impactful. His passing is more than a loss. It's a reminder of the unseen burdens that often come with greatness. He may have been an icon on screen, but off-screen, he was a man who endured, who fought, and who left behind not just unforgettable performances, but a legacy that challenges us to look deeper, beyond fame, beyond the spotlight, and into the human story beneath it all. James Earl Jones, the voice that felt like thunder, like truth itself, spent his final years in quiet, heartbreaking contrast to the power he once commanded. A titan of world cinema, he didn't just play characters, he gave them life. With that unmistakable, resonant voice, he became the dark soul of Star Wars, 1977, as Darth Vader, and the warm, regal heart of The Lion King, 1994, as Mufasa. On stage, he was just as commanding, earning critical acclaim for The Great White Hope, 1970, and securing an Academy Award nomination. Few artists ever reached the heights he did, winning Tony, Emmy, and Grammy Awards, proving his talent knew no limits, no boundaries, no era. But behind that legendary voice was a life shaped by silence, struggle, and scars that never fully healed. As a child, Jones suffered from a severe stutter so debilitating that he withdrew from speaking altogether, retreating into years of near silence. For a man who would one day become one of the most iconic voices in history, his beginning was almost tragically ironic. And as he fought to find his voice, he also battled the harsh realities of racial discrimination in an unforgiving industry, barriers that forced him to fight for every role, every opportunity, every ounce of recognition. Though he rose above it all, the pain of those early years never truly left him. In the twilight of his life, the tragedies only deepened. In 2016, he lost his beloved wife, Cecilia Hart, a loss that left a profound emptiness no applause could ever fill. His final years were spent in quiet solitude in Pawling, New York, as he battled heart disease and chronic lung illness. The same voice that once shook galaxies and stirred souls began to fade, until it could no longer carry the passion he lived for, acting. On September 9, 2024, at the age of 93, James Earl Jones took his final breath. His passing wasn't just the loss of a legendary actor, it was the silencing of a voice that defined generations. A man who rose to unimaginable heights, yet endured a lifetime of inner battles, loneliness, and pain. And still he kept going, kept fighting, kept giving. Because legends like James Earl Jones don't just leave behind performances. They leave behind a piece of themselves, echoing forever in the hearts of millions. Louis Gossett Jr., a towering figure in American cinema, lived a life that shined brightly on screen while quietly carrying the weight of profound personal battles behind the scenes. A true pioneer, he made history in 1983 as the first black man to win the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his unforgettable role in An Officer and a Gentleman. Years earlier, he had already captured national attention with his powerful performance in Roots, earning an Emmy and cementing his place as a force in Hollywood. Over a remarkable career spanning more than 6 decades, Gossett Jr. appeared in over 200 roles, becoming a symbol of strength, dignity, and undeniable talent. Films like Enemy Mine, Iron Eagle, and The Punisher brought him closer to audiences worldwide, each performance deepening the admiration fans held for him. But behind the applause was a life marked by struggle. Born in Brooklyn, he faced the harsh realities of racial discrimination from an early age. In Hollywood, doors were often closed to him, not because of his talent, but because of the color of his skin. These painful experiences didn't just shape his career, they left lasting emotional scars that he carried in silence. In his later years, Gossett Jr. faced one of his toughest battles: prostate cancer. The illness took a heavy toll, testing both his physical strength and mental resilience. Yet even in the face of declining health, he refused to surrender. He remained committed to advocating for justice and equality, continuing to use his voice to uplift the Black community. On March 29, 2024, at his home in Santa Monica, Louis Gossett Jr. passed away, bringing to a close the extraordinary journey of a man who gave so much to the world. His death was more than the loss of a legendary actor. It was the silencing of a voice that stood for courage, perseverance, and change. He lived as a warrior in an unforgiving world, rising above barriers, breaking history, and inspiring generations. Yet behind that powerful legacy was a man who endured pain few could see, a reminder that even the brightest stars can carry the heaviest burdens. Carl Weathers, once the electrifying heart of the ring, was more than just a star. He was a force audiences could never forget. Immortalized as Apollo Creed in the Rocky saga, he didn't just play a fighter, he became one. From 1976 to 1985, his commanding presence and undeniable charisma turned every punch, every moment, into cinematic history. And just when the world thought it had seen it all, he proved his range with unforgettable roles in Predator, 1987, and later captivated a new generation as Greef Karga in The Mandalorian, 2019 to 2023. But long before Hollywood lights ever found him, Weathers was chasing greatness on the football field, suited up for the Oakland Raiders and the BC Lions, driven by a dream that felt within reach. That dream, however, was shattered by devastating injuries that didn't just end a career, they shook his entire world. In one cruel turn, he lost not only his future in sports, but also his sense of direction, facing financial hardship and a quiet, internal struggle that few ever saw. Acting became his second chance, his way out of the darkness. Yet even as fame embraced him, the scars of his past never fully faded. Behind the image of strength and confidence was a man who had fought battles far deeper than any script could capture. On February 10, 2024, Carl Weathers passed away at the age of 76 due to atherosclerotic heart disease, leaving behind a legacy that stretches far beyond the screen. To the world, he was unbreakable, a symbol of power and resilience. But in truth, he was also a man who carried pain, loss, and perseverance in equal measure. His story is a powerful reminder, even the brightest stars cast shadows we may never see. And while his journey ended, the strength he showed in facing life's harshest blows will echo far beyond his final curtain call. Bill Cobbs, the quiet guardian of the screen and a legend shaped by resilience. With a career spanning more than 4 decades and over 200 roles, Cobbs became one of Hollywood's most recognizable yet understated forces. Whether he was bringing warmth and wisdom as Reginald in Night at the Museum, 2006, or commanding quiet authority in The Bodyguard, 1992, alongside Whitney Houston, he had a rare ability to captivate audiences without ever needing to raise his voice. His presence was steady, grounded, unforgettable. From action-packed films like Demolition Man, 1993, to the magical world of Oz the Great and Powerful, 2013, Cobbs proved time and time again that true talent doesn't demand attention, it earns it. But behind that calm, commanding presence was a journey few truly understood. Born in Cleveland, Ohio, Cobbs didn't follow the typical Hollywood path. He served his country in the U.S. Air Force, took on countless everyday jobs, and didn't step into acting until the age of 36, an age when many have already given up on chasing new dreams. In an industry known for its harsh barriers, especially for Black actors, he faced rejection, doubt, and the quiet weight of discrimination. Doors didn't open easily for him. He had to push through them. There were years when roles were scarce, when his look and background worked against him, when the word no echoed louder than opportunity. But Bill Cobbs never let that define him. Role by role, step by step, he built a legacy rooted in persistence, proving that greatness has no deadline and no limits. In July 2024, at the age of 90, the world said goodbye to a true icon. Time may have taken his body, but it could never touch the legacy he left behind. His passing wasn't just the loss of an actor, it was the loss of a symbol of strength, patience, and unwavering determination. Bill Cobbs wasn't just part of Hollywood history, he was a testament to the power of endurance. And legends like him don't fade, they echo forever. Dexter Scott King, born into a name that changed the world, yet burdened by a lifetime of quiet pain. As the youngest son of Martin Luther King Jr., Dexter didn't just inherit a legacy, he carried it on his shoulders every single day. For decades, he stood as a guardian of his father's vision, leading the King Center as president and dedicating his life to advancing justice, equality, and nonviolence. He carefully protected his father's voice, even bringing it to life for a new generation in the 1999 animated film Our Friend, Martin. But behind the public image of strength and purpose was a man shaped by unimaginable loss. At just 7 years old, Dexter's world shattered when his father was assassinated in 1968, a moment that would leave a permanent mark on his soul. Only 6 years later, tragedy struck again when his grandmother, Alberta Williams King, was murdered. These back-to-back losses didn't just take loved ones, they stole pieces of his childhood, replacing innocence with grief and pressure far beyond his years. Growing up in the shadow of a global icon, Dexter faced a relentless spotlight. Every decision, every step, was judged. As he worked to preserve his father's legacy, criticism followed, some accusing the King family of commercializing a movement built on sacrifice and truth. Caught between honoring his family and answering to the world, Dexter lived in a constant tug-of-war between duty and identity. Yet perhaps his most difficult battle was the one few could see. For years, he quietly fought prostate cancer, a relentless, deeply personal struggle. In January 2024, at the age of 62, Dexter Scott King passed away, bringing an end to a life defined by resilience, responsibility, and unspoken pain. His death was more than a loss for his family. It sent shockwaves through the global human rights community. Because behind the legacy he protected was a man who never stopped carrying the weight of history, heartbreak, and expectation. And in the end, it's a haunting reminder, even those who dedicate their lives to changing the world are not immune to the scars it leaves behind. Henry Fambrough, a name that will forever echo through the golden age of soul. As a founding member of the Spinners, he wasn't just part of the music, he was the heartbeat behind it. From the smooth emotion of Could It Be I'm Falling in Love to the timeless groove of I'll Be Around and the electrifying energy of the Rubber Band Man, Henry's voice helped define an era that still lives on today. For over 6 decades, he gave everything to the music, every note, every performance, every ounce of soul. But beyond the spotlight, Henry's journey was far from easy. Born in Detroit, the very soul of Motown, he rose from a city rich in sound but tough in reality. Despite his calm spirit and humble presence, the road with the Spinners was filled with obstacles. They battled for recognition, faced financial struggles, and often stood in the shadows of bigger names. Yet through it all, Henry remained the quiet force that held the group together, steady, loyal, and deeply committed to their sound. As the years passed, the toll of time and tireless dedication began to weigh on him. His health slowly declined, likely shaped by decades of relentless touring and performance. Still, Henry never complained. He carried his burdens in silence, choosing instead to let the music speak for him, just as he always had. Then, on February 7, 2024, the music dimmed. Henry Fambrau passed away at the age of 85, marking the end of a remarkable chapter in soul music history. Fans around the world mourned not just a singer, but a legend whose voice had become the soundtrack to their lives. His passing is more than a loss. It's a powerful reminder of the unseen sacrifices artists make for their craft. The man may be gone, but the music, the feeling, the soul he gave us, will never fade. Nikki Giovanni, the rebel poet whose voice burned through silence, left behind a legacy as powerful as it was haunting after her sudden passing. She wasn't just a writer, she was a force. A fearless truth-teller. A woman who turned poetry into protest and language into liberation. During the height of the Black arts movement in the 1960s and 70s, Giovanni didn't just write, she ignited. Her groundbreaking debut collection, Black Feeling, Black Talk, 1968, wasn't merely poetry, it was a cultural awakening, a bold declaration of identity and resistance that echoed through a generation hungry to be heard. Honored with prestigious accolades like the Langston Hughes Medal and the NAACP Image Award, she rose to become a towering figure in American literature. But behind the brilliance was a life shaped by struggle. Born in Knoxville and raised in Cincinnati, Giovanni came of age in a deeply divided America. That tension didn't break her, it forged her. At Fisk University, her rebellious spirit took root, and she refused to be silenced by any institution that challenged her voice. Her words were sharp, unapologetic, sometimes controversial, always unforgettable. She didn't just influence minds, she disrupted them. But carrying the weight of a movement came at a cost. Beneath her unwavering strength was a woman constantly battling the pressure of being a symbol, expected to speak louder, stand taller, and never falter. The emotional and mental toll was immense, even if rarely seen. And still, she endured. Even as health challenges emerged later in life, Giovanni never backed down. So when news broke of her passing on December 9, 2024, it sent shockwaves through those who had long admired her courage and conviction. Her death wasn't just the loss of a literary giant, it was a sobering reminder that those who fight the hardest often carry the heaviest burdens. Yet, even in death, Nikki Giovanni's voice refuses to fade. Her words still rise, still challenge, still inspire. Because legends like her don't disappear, they echo. Connie Kayum, a quiet farewell to a legend whose presence once lit up the world. Revered as a cornerstone of South African cinema, she became globally recognized for her powerful role as the tribal elder in Black Panther, 2018. But long before Hollywood took notice, Connie had already carved out a remarkable legacy at home, captivating audiences through decades of unforgettable performances on both film and television. With a career spanning more than 50 years, she was more than an actress. She was a symbol of resilience, pride, and the rising voice of African storytelling on the global stage. Yet behind that grace and acclaim was a journey few truly understood. Born in Welcome, South Africa, Connie stepped into the entertainment industry in the 1970s, a time when apartheid cast a long, unforgiving shadow. As a Black woman navigating a deeply unequal system, she faced relentless barriers, prejudice, and hardship. Every role she earned was a victory hard fought, every success a testament to her strength and unbreakable spirit. In the final chapter of her life, Connie faced one more battle, serious health challenges she chose to keep private. With quiet dignity, she carried on, continuing to give her craft everything she had. To the world, she remained the same warm, radiant soul, her smile never revealing the weight she bore behind the scenes. Then in August 2024, the world was stunned. At the age of 72, Connie Kayum passed away, leaving behind a wave of grief that swept across South Africa and far beyond. Many came to realize that years of silent struggle and declining health had taken their toll, a heartbreaking reminder of the unseen sacrifices behind a lifetime of greatness. Though she is gone, Connie Kayum's story does not end here. Her legacy lives on, in every role, every barrier she broke, and every life she inspired. She wasn't just part of history, she helped shape it. Hinton Battle, a Broadway icon whose light dimmed far too soon. A 3-time Tony Award winner, he didn't just perform on stage, he owned it. From his unforgettable turn as the Scarecrow in The Wiz to the elegance and precision he brought to sophisticated ladies, Battle wasn't simply a star, he was the very definition of excellence in motion. His talent knew no boundaries, seamlessly crossing into television and film with appearances in Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Dreamgirls, proving that his artistry could shine anywhere. But behind the standing ovations and spotlight was a quieter, more demanding reality. The life of an artist, especially one at the top, is often filled with unseen pressure. For Battle, it meant constant expectations, relentless schedules, and the weight of maintaining perfection in an unforgiving industry. He carried it all with grace, but the toll was real. After decades of giving his heart, soul, and body to his craft, the world was left stunned when Hinton Battle passed away on January 30, 2024, at the age of 67. While the exact cause was never publicly confirmed, many believe he had been quietly battling health issues, shaped by years of intense dedication and pressure. His passing marked more than the loss of a performer, it marked the end of an era. Fans were left not only grieving but wondering how much more brilliance he still had to give. Hinton Battle's story is a powerful reminder that behind the glamour of success often lies a hidden cost, one that isn't always seen until it's too late. Erica Ashe, gone far too soon at just 46. A powerhouse of talent, she wasn't just a comedic actress, she was a force. From her breakout moments on Mad TV to stealing scenes in Real Husbands of Hollywood, Erica had a rare gift. She made people laugh effortlessly, lighting up every screen she touched. And it didn't stop there. Her unforgettable roles in Scary Movie 5 and Survivor's Remorse proved she wasn't just funny, she was versatile, magnetic, and impossible to ignore. On the surface, her life looked like a perfect success story, built on hard work, passion, and undeniable talent. But behind the laughter, Erica was fighting a battle few could see. At the height of her career, tragedy struck quietly. Cancer crept in, relentless and unforgiving, turning her brightest years into her toughest fight. On July 28, 2024, the world lost her. Fans were left heartbroken as Erica Ashe's light faded far too soon. Just as she was rising higher, cancer took everything: her health, her future, her life. Her passing sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. Because Erica wasn't just talented, she was inspiring. A woman who gave so much joy to others, all while carrying a silent pain of her own. And in the end, she became more than a star. She became a powerful reminder that some of the strongest smiles hide the deepest battles. David Harris, a quiet legend whose legacy spoke louder than any headline. Best known for his unforgettable role as Cochise in the 1979 cult classic The Warriors, Harris built a career defined by depth, consistency, and undeniable talent. From gripping appearances in NYPD Blue, Law and Order, to ER, he spent more than 3 decades bringing characters to life with authenticity that resonated deeply with audiences. But behind the scenes, Harris was fighting a battle few ever knew about. As his career continued to shine, he faced a devastating reality: cancer. In true David Harris fashion, he chose strength in silence, keeping his struggle private, shielding his fans from the pain he endured as his health slowly declined. On October 25, 2024, at the age of 75, David Harris took his final bow. No scandals, no noise, just a life lived with dignity, talent, and grace. His passing didn't just mark the loss of a remarkable actor, but the quiet fading of a man who gave so much without ever asking for the spotlight. And perhaps that's what makes his story linger the longest. Not just how he lived, but how he chose to leave, strong, silent, and unforgettable. Renaud White, the trailblazing black male model who changed the face of fashion, passed away after a lifetime of quietly enduring the weight of bias. A true icon of the American fashion industry, White made history in 1979 when he became the first black male model to grace the cover of GQ. That single moment didn't just elevate his career, it shattered barriers and opened doors for generations of diverse talent to follow. Throughout his remarkable journey, White worked with powerhouse brands like Ralph Lauren and Calvin Klein, leaving behind a legacy etched deeply into the fabric of fashion. His presence redefined standards, challenged norms, and proved that elegance and excellence know no color. Yet behind the spotlight and success was a man fighting battles few ever saw. As a pioneer in an industry long shaped by exclusion, White faced relentless prejudice and the constant pressure to prove he belonged. The weight of those unseen struggles left lasting marks, ones he carried with quiet strength and dignity. Still, he never let adversity dim his light. Known for his grace, resilience, and unwavering optimism, White remained a respected and celebrated figure throughout his life. He passed away at the age of 80 on June 26, 2024, after facing age-related health challenges. His passing leaves behind more than just a legacy. It leaves a powerful reminder of courage, perseverance, and the silent battles fought by those who dare to break barriers. O.J. Simpson, a name that once symbolized greatness, now forever tied to one of the most shocking falls from grace in modern history. Rising to fame as a football icon, he dominated the NFL and earned the league's Most Valuable Player award in 1973, setting records that seemed untouchable. After hanging up his cleats, he smoothly transitioned into Hollywood, charming audiences with his roles in hit comedies like The Naked Gun. It looked like the perfect second act, until everything unraveled. Behind the fame and charisma, turmoil was quietly building. In 1994, the world stood still as Simpson became the central figure in a brutal double murder case involving his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ronald Goldman. Though he was acquitted in court, public opinion told a different story, one that followed him relentlessly for the rest of his life. The years that followed were marked by fractured relationships, personal loss, and a man seemingly trapped by his own past. The weight of it all took its toll, shaping a life defined less by triumph and more by inner conflict. Then came another, his involvement in an armed robbery in 2008, which led to a lengthy prison sentence. He was eventually released in 2017, but freedom did little to erase the shadows that lingered. In his final years, Simpson faced yet another battle, prostate cancer. On April 10, 2024, his story came to an end. What remains is a legacy deeply divided. A once celebrated hero whose life became a cautionary tale of fame, choices, and consequences that never truly fade. Chance Perdomo, young, magnetic, and undeniably gifted, was taken far too soon, his rising career cut short at the very moment it began to soar. Hailing from England, he captured hearts around the world with his unforgettable portrayal of Ambrose Spellman in Netflix's chilling adventures of Sabrina, a role that showcased not just his talent, but his rare on-screen presence. He wasn't just another actor, he was a spark, a force, a star in the making. And he was only getting started. Chance went on to leave his mark in Gen V, expanding his reach within the explosive universe of The Boys, proving that his versatility and charisma knew no limits. Everything about his journey pointed upward: bigger roles, greater impact, a future filled with promise. But in a cruel twist of fate, that future was stolen. On January 30, 2024, at just 27 years old, Chance Perdomo tragically lost his life in a motorcycle accident. A sudden, devastating loss that sent shockwaves through fans, loved ones, and the entire entertainment world. It didn't feel real. How could someone so full of life, so close to greatness, be gone in an instant? Perhaps the deepest heartbreak lies in what could have been. Chance left us just as his light was beginning to shine its brightest, before he had the chance to fully etch his legacy into the world. And that's what makes his passing so painfully unforgettable. 2024 has become a year marked by sorrow, a time when we've had to say goodbye to 15 remarkable black stars who shaped the culture, inspired millions, and left behind legacies that will never fade. From powerful performances to deeply human stories, their lives touched us in ways words can barely capture. Each loss felt like a shock, a moment that reminded us just how fragile life truly is. Though they are gone, their voices, their art, and their impact will echo forever. What are your thoughts on these incredible stars we've lost? Share your feelings in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss another powerful story from Hollywood.